Welcome to this week's episode of Emerge. I'm your host, Tiffany Boyle, and this week we will be discussing how to make the defined decision about patience and hear Deshana's 2 cents about finances. We are excited to speak with our special guest, serial entrepreneur Lance Henderson, CEO of Future Outlook Group, and real estate investment mogul Thurston Howard, owner of Howard Property Development. And now we will discuss the rise in women CEOs for Fortune 500 companies in the CEO Corner. All right, everybody, let me drop some statistics on you. Women CEOs. Did you know that 8.2% of Fortune 500 CEOs are women? And that's according to the 2021 Women CEOs in America report. 8.2%. That's it? So research has shown that firms with more women in senior positions are more profitable, more socially responsible, and provide safer, higher quality customer experiences. And I could just go on and on and on about more benefits that we provide. And of course, there is a clear moral argument for increasing diversity among top management teams. Women bring all of that to the table. So let this be encouraging to you. We work hard and stay focused, and we can increase the percentage of women CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. Here are some tips on how to do that. Stop volunteering for thankless tasks. This next one I think is super important. Learn how to say no, ladies. We have to. Sing your own praises and let others sing them as well. Women, we can accept a compliment. It's okay. Use a support system. Embrace your femininity. Do not reject it. Get yourself speaking engagements and stay true to you, your vision, and your values. And I'm Tiffany Boyle, and that's my tip from the CEO Corner. Hello, we are here with Lance Henderson, a serial entrepreneur in the Hampton Roads, making his way on up to Richmond, Virginia area. We're excited to have you on the Emerge show. Lance, tell us a little bit about yourself.
First, thank you for having me. It's definitely a pleasure being here. And so I guess a little bit about myself. I'm a 40-year-old father of 5 children. I have a few different businesses, and I'm just looking for just to expand in everything we got going on.
All right, awesome. So I guess first thing our audience is going to want to know is, how do you balance being a business owner? And we're going to get into all the businesses that you're a part of, but also balancing being a dad of 5 children, you say?
Mm-hmm. 4 boys, 1 girl.
Oh, wow. How do you do that? How do you balance that out?
It's difficult, but at the end of the day, I just try to make sure that, I find time to, to take care of my fatherly duties as well as, as take care of my business. But as, also, so my 4 oldest, my 4 boys, my daughter's the youngest, they all actually help me at times when it comes to if they're working in the warehouse, or, if we're wherever, we have any, private events or anything, even at any of our lounges, or restaurants, they'll come in and work over there as well. So we're together a lot. I know I got a few things going on, but they're usually, side by side with me. And if not, I just make sure that, I split my days up, to where, sometimes, I'm working, 12, 14-hour day. But at the end of the day, I always try to make sure that, I find time to be there with family, because family's first before anything.
Right,
Yeah.
Right. Definitely. That's what I always say. Family first.
So, Lynn, how did you get started being an entrepreneur?
You say, how did I get started being an entrepreneur?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it was at a young age. I started doing, I've always knew, that even when I always known that, nothing is wrong with working a 9 to 5. I got a lot of respect for people that work 9 to 5s, so nothing is wrong with that at all. But for myself, it was just something to where I knew that I wasn't a 9 to 5 worker at a young age. And, I was always going to work late. Wherever I was, I was one of the top earners or sellers or, employees over there. But I just always known that, it wasn't something for me. And so at a young age, probably 18, 19 years old, I started my own car detail business. And it was called Sunny Van Detailing. I named that after my father that passed away. And I always had thank you. I always had like a joy of washing a car. It was just something that, from the look of it after you wash it, it was just something that was very, it was like a fetish for me, and so I was washing cars for quite some time, but I got in a, very bad car accident. And then my truck flipped over. Somebody hit me, my truck flipped over, and
wow.
It flipped over 3 times. It's me and my brother in the car, and, thank God that we're still here, but at the end of the day, I ripped my rotator cuff. And with that, I couldn't, use the hand motions or to be, when you're detailing cars, you definitely want to, you want to take your time on it, but you want to do it the right way, and you want to do it. Some customers want to be in and out, and I couldn't, be speedy with that. I couldn't, get them done in time. So I realized that was a business to where, I had to hang it up, So from there, I got back to working the 9 to 5 a little bit, doing what I had to do to take care of myself and my family. But like I said, I always knew that wasn't for me. I knew it was something else, for myself that was bigger than that to me, and, I started doing, just marketing and branding for different companies in the area, where I'll make flyers or, and there's a real estate company, in Virginia Beach that, I was doing marketing and consulting for. And, I self-taught myself all of this here as well, but I used to make, get some flyers made. Then I used to go door to door, passing out the flyers, doing, I call it guerrilla marketing. And, then I used to get some of my friends, I hire them, then I'll give them, $50 a piece to look, hey, walk this neighborhood with me and pass these flyers out, and then from there, we just started doing like, small little events and everything. And just, from me doing the events and, might have 75, 100 people there, it was a guy that I knew named Kurt. He seen me doing that right there, and then seen the quality events that we were doing. And then he asked me if I was ever interested in getting into, the restaurant lounge, club business. And that was something that I was definitely, I was intrigued with. And I ended up getting to that, maybe 2005, about 2004, 2005, give or take. And I started, wanted to learn everything when it came to that business there. And so when I used to do everything, and I'll clean the floors, I'll, bust the tables, I'll help bring food out, drinks out, I'm taking pictures in there, passing flyers out, collecting money at the door. So I learned everything that I needed to know on my end with that business there. And then I became, I started running, a few different establishments. And, after that, just from me getting into that business, I met, on that journey, just to keep a long story short, we'll be talking all day if I tell you the whole story.
Yeah, so we will, with that being said, we definitely know we need to have a longer interview with you, going from from start to where you are now and where you plan on going. But we are here with Lance Henderson, a serial entrepreneur, owner of Future Outlook Group. You are listening to Emerge, and I'm Tiffany Boyle with co-host Deshana Kemp Garnett. So Lance, let's pick up where we left off. You were talking about how you got started. You really went into how you emerged, because that was going to be our next question, going from one business to another business and getting to where you are. But tell our audience what you do now.
Okay, so now I own and operate, a few different lounges, rooftop lounges, restaurants. We also own a warehouse where we manufacture and produce our own products when it comes down to CBD products, to juices, teas, coffee. We're also working on we have an energy drink, a couple other products that we're also working. It's in the pipeline. I also own a distillery, a whiskey distillery in Northern Virginia. What else? I still got my marketing consulting company that I was telling you guys about earlier, and where we have a few different things in the pipeline that we're working on. A couple pretty big things, and so that's pretty much it as of right now of what I'm doing.
I wouldn't say that's pretty much it. That's a lot. Owning a few restaurants, a few lounges, a warehouse. That is a lot. So tell us, you have a big event coming up May 7th in the Hampton Roads area, actually at the beautiful Botanical Gardens. Tell us about the event, name of it, and then why you decided to bring this amazing event to the Hampton Roads area.
So the event that we're hosting at the Botanical Gardens, it is May 7th. It's called The Mixer, a Luke Belair brunch. So the reason why we're doing this here in the area, one thing is to showcase our brands that we have under the umbrella. It's a company called Sovereign Brands that, I'm a partner with. Well, I don't own the company, but my company and myself, we're partners with them. We do a lot of like the advertisement, marketing, events, tastings, and so on. And so we brought that here to, like I was saying, is to showcase our brands. And then also we're working in conjunction with an organization called the Distinctive Youth Organization. It's a nonprofit organization that they help kids make the transition from childhood to adulthood. And so we found that we can, we put this event together. We can, showcase a few different things as well as give back to, to the children that are going to be the entrepreneurs and the 9-to-5 workers of, the future and everything. And so, I just looked at it as something where being an opportunity for us to, to strategically market what we have, and then also to give back to a great organization as well. And so, one of the areas to do it here in Virginia is because I seen that there wasn't, a lot of people, they'll do different things and I guess they would call it an A market or whatever, especially something like this, they would say, hey, this market isn't ready for it. Myself, I definitely believe that, Virginia is definitely on the rise, has a lot of potential, and it's happening now. There's a lot of changes that's happening now. So I wanted to be one of the first ones to really bring something, of this stature to the market.
I agree. So everybody, remember that date, May 7th. Look up Bel Air Brunch and come dressed to impress and to have a good time. We had the initial one was last year. It was so much fun. So I'm looking forward to this year. And this year, Emerge will be there. So, right, Deshana will be there. And planning our outfits now. So Lance, if you could just tell our audience how to get in contact with you, follow you, learn more about, what you have going on.
Okay, so you could on my social media on Instagram is Future Outlook Group. You could also reach us, get in contact with me at MonroeRooftop.com or Cabana Rooftop. And our website is www.BelAirBrunchVA. That's for the Bel Air Brunch. And if you want to, get some information on Monroe or Cabana, it's www.monroerooftop.com or www.cabanarooftop.com.
Right. I just want to get you a little tidbit that I don't think we have to say www anymore. That's how you can tell we're in a certain age bracket.
Yes. You just told my age.
Right? You just told all of us.
Now, Lance, you said a lot. You told us your history. Now, before we let you go, we have to ask our signature question, and that is, what does the word emerge mean to you?
So the word emerge to me, yes, I would say, breaking out of your shell, to blossom, to blossoming yourself, dreams to reality. That's what emerge means to me. It's really a strong name. Tiffany, you came over for a great name for that right there. And it's just, and to getting where you will want to be in life. It's a lot of meanings to the word emerge, and I guess just to get straightforward with it just it's getting to a to a new beginning.
That's right. All right, it is a powerful word. When we finally reached emerge, we were like, we have emerged. All right. Well, thank you, Lance. Everybody, you've been listening with Lance Henderson, learning about all he does. Remember to keep up with him. And if you have any questions for him, reach out to us, emergethemagazine.com, and we will make sure to get it to him. Lance, thank you so much for being on the show.
All right, thank you guys for having me.
You have a mission. It's no collision. Hold the phone. Don't text. You're angling to be next. Brothers and sisters, you won't see it coming. You're off the road. Your life explodes. It's not worth it. Don't do it. You only think there's nothing to it. Put it down, hang up, pay attention to highway action. Behind the wheel, there is no such thing as a small distraction. Join the conversation at decidetodrive.org, a public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Welcome to today's lottery drawing. And today's winning numbers are not yours, not yours, and another number that's not yours. And the final number is not yours.
When it comes to having money, don't rely on luck. Brew your own coffee at home instead of buying that latte. Brown bag it to work instead of ordering it. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas on how to save. Feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Gina Pemberton, president of the National Hampton Alumni Association. Our time is now. This is our moment to define what being a Hamptonian really means. At a time when the relevancy and impact of HBCUs is without question, it's absolutely critical that we all engage, work together, and give back to our home by the sea. Engaging as an alumnus means to join your local alumni chapter, mentor a current student, and donate regularly. Join your local alumni chapter now, logging on to NHAAINC.org. Keep Hampton's legacy strong for generations to come. Keeping you informed, we are Smooth 88.1 WHOV.
If there was ever a time to live united, it is now. Now is the time to speak with one voice, to build up, not tear down. It's time to join hands and live united against the problems that keep our communities from thriving. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you? Volunteer or donate now at unitedway.org.
This is a guided meditation on parenting. Take a deep breath in and let go of the time you and your son played basketball and you attempted to slam dunk. Or when you hit that piñata into your neighbor's yard. Let it go.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
I'm really excited for our audience who's tuning in with me today to take a moment to emerge into your greatest potential by making a divine decision with Dorothea. Every living person inevitably operates and proceeds throughout the course of their life based upon a series of decisions, whether it's a decision that you have made or one that was made for you. We can all agree that a choice, a decision navigates us from one area of our lives into another. So let's take a minute to think about all of that. What is a decision? The dictionary defines it as a conclusion or resolution reached after consideration. And divine, well, that means excellence. So keeping those principles in mind, let's make the divine decision today to walk in love. So what exactly does it mean to walk in love? Love is most easily interpreted as a physical interaction or a gesture of affection, such as a hug or kisses. But what does it truly mean to display love in the mental aspect, in our thoughts, with consideration, and in our actions? We all at some point in our lives have received or given some form of physical affection that we can describe as love. But are we choosing to love people by considering or preferring another person's feelings in the same way we would like for them to consider ours, especially in times that we know it's beneficial, not just for the other person, but also for us? When we choose to love, it's always beneficial for us. My favorite book states that no greater love has one than this, that one lays his life down for his friends. So to all of the Emerge listeners out there, including the one who's speaking, begin today to make the conscious effort, the decision to emerge yourself into love. Begin to consider others' circumstances, their difficulties, their shortcomings. Consider their humanness. When we begin to have this consideration, then we can have understanding. And with that understanding comes the ability and the room to properly love others. But now faith, hope, love abide in these three. But the greatest of these is love. The greatest of these is love. Today, make the divine decision to walk in love, knowing it will ultimately help to shape and create a path that reflects a light of excellence in our lives, one that shines love onto those around us. I'm Dorothea Schuler with Emerge, and I challenge myself to make the decision to emerge into your best life and walk in love. Thank you. And this has been a divine decision with Dorothea.
All right. I'd like to welcome our guest, Thurston Howard. Thurston Howard is the founder and CEO of Howard Property Development. Hi, Thurston. How are you doing?
Hey, ladies. How are you?
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so I'm a young entrepreneur. I'm 34 years old. I'm married with 3 children. I started a real estate business in 2020, officially. I've been doing real estate since about 2018, but I really got off the ground in 2020. And it's been a true blessing for me and my family to, reach some success doing some real estate stuff. So I'm excited to share with you guys some of the things that I've been able to do as far as strategies, as far as how I was able to become successful doing what I do. So I'm pumped.
All right. So you say you started in 2018, but you officially started in 2020. So what were you doing prior to getting started with real estate?
So like many Americans, I had a 9-to-5. I've done my 9-to-5. I was at the shipyard for a couple years, 2.5 years. And I was really focused on trying to get a promotion and move up the ranks. So 2018, I got introduced to real estate from one of my family members. Shout out to Derek. I just got to say that. That's my brother. I have to give him a shout out because
shout him out.
Possible. This wouldn't be possible. But he introduced me to real estate. He was already doing some stuff in Baltimore. So he introduced me and kind of gave me some information here and there. And I kind of just ran with it.
So what made you want to take that leap to leaving your good and steady 9-to-5 and to just stepping out there to become an entrepreneur and moving forward with your real estate?
So that's a very good question, right? And I'm going to be very specific. So when 2018, I came in the shipyard, I was an hourly employee. I got one promotion. I moved up. 2020, I took an interview for a planning job, and I actually got the job, but they didn't want to pay me. Now, just a story, I have a master's degree in engineering, science engineering. So they were basically trying to pay me pennies and nickels. And for me, that was like the last straw for me as far as like, all right, this ain't working the way I need it to work. So let me put my full attention on something else. So I had in my mind, I took my family to Disney in 2019. When I came back from the break, I said, I'm going to give the shipyard 8 hours of my time, and that's it.
Right.
I just completely dove into real estate. And the second I made that decision to fully be immersed in it is when I started to get success, like instantly.
So explain to our listeners what exactly you do with real estate.
So I am a real estate investor. I do what's called exit strategies. I do something called wholesale real estate. I do fix and flip. I do new construction. I do creative financing, and just a lot of different creative ways of helping people out, getting them out of situations. Maybe if they couldn't pay their mortgage, we could take over. Maybe if they have a rundown property, they don't know what to do with it. They don't want to list it because it might not sell for much. We step in and we kind of provide that helping hand to give families the opportunity to understand really what they can do with real estate. So the strategies that I mostly use are wholesaling and fix and flip. I have done a joint new construction with somebody, but I haven't done one on my own. And this year is like my flying solo. Like I'm doing it all alone in a sense. I'm not partnering. I'm going to get out there and do it all myself in a sense.
No, I like it. I like it. We need to definitely talk more and collab because I did a real estate expo back in 2020, right before everything got shut down. And people really want me to do it again because we really took the approach of working with the real estate agent, working with the mortgage lender, working with the credit repair company, and like holding everybody accountable on like this timeline and really coming from the approach of anybody can own a home and it's probably the best thing for you. So people, a few people actually bought house. Like I got stories. It might've been 6 months later, but it was like, oh, from this real estate expo. So we definitely need to talk more to see how we can. I like creative financing. A lot of people asked about investing. This was more for like first time home buyers or second, buying your second set of property. But a lot of people are interested in flipping, new construction. Like that's like been the biggest thing. So thank you for sharing that and being on the show. What I want to talk about is when you decided to go from 9 to 5, an employee to entrepreneur, right? That takes a certain mindset. It takes a certain will. So what did you know, like when you decided to do that, that you could do it, or like, what was that thought process?
So no, Tiffany, honestly, no, I didn't know I can do it, honestly. But I'll tell you what helped me out. And I always give my glory to God just because
Amen.
Sometimes opportunities come along for people and they don't realize it's an opportunity, right? Because they're just not ready to receive it. It may be an opportunity, but you're just not ready to receive it. So with that being said, in 2020, when I really immersed myself in real estate, the pandemic happened. The pandemic happened when I got my first real estate check. I don't know an amount. So the first real estate deal I did was a wholesale deal. I made $17,000 from it. And
let me jump into real estate. Wait a minute.
Right? Like, Thurston, you need some partners or what?
I'm the guy to talk to. Come talk to me. Let's make it happen.
We're gonna have a sidebar conversation.
Absolutely. So I got my first real estate check the day they called liberal leave. And I don't know, Shannon, if you remember this, but they called liberal leave originally for 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. So I said, okay, I'll take the 2 weeks. I'm not going to work. I just got this check. So I'm not going to work. But what it did was it gave me an opportunity. And so it gave me 2 weeks to really make some phone calls and really keep going further with what I was doing. So 2 weeks turned into 2 months. Now the shipyard gave us liberal leave for 2 months. So I said, okay, let me take this time, right? Let me put my whole game plan together and keep doing what I'm doing, but strategize it just a little bit more. So I made a phone call. May comes. At this point, I probably made, I'll say roughly $60,000 in those 2 months.
Wow.
Right? So I said, okay, I got to go back to work now. And I was still afraid. I wasn't like, yeah, let me go ahead and quit my job. Like, no, I was still very much like, all right, I got to go back to work to get this secure money. So I called and my supervisor said, hey, they're giving an extended leave of absence for 90 days to 120 days. I looked at my wife. No way. Like, this is my opportunity. I feel like this is my time, right? This is my opportunity. So I said, I'll take the 90 days. I'll say by day 30, I put my 2 weeks notice in because I was just so busy. I was so wrapped up. I was so focused. And I was really making a substantial amount of money doing what I was doing. So I was just like, yeah, there's no way I can go back and mess up the momentum. So that's when I jumped out there. I said, okay, I'm going to put my 2 weeks notice in. And here 2 years later, I'm still pushing. So.
Yeah. Awesome. So what advice? Oh, sorry. What advice would you give to those that are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur? Like what kind of characteristics do they need to have? And what advice would you give them?
Okay, so I would definitely say you got to be strong-minded. For me, and I'm not going to put my family out there. I love my family to death. But, a lot of people project their fears in something that they don't really know, right? So I had a good job at the shipyard. Mind you, I just got a promotion that I didn't take. So my family's like, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And for me, I already kind of knew like, okay, let me do this. This is where I'm headed. So I had to really, really remain strong-minded and I had to stay focused. I think that's like a big part because when you become an entrepreneur, you have a lot of time. And if you're not using your time wisely, things can fall to the wayside. I would say definitely stay strong-willed, keep your focus intact, and really, honestly, just listen to your intuition. A lot of it is more mental than anything. I would definitely say mental. For me, I'm a very strong-minded person. I know Shayna probably knows that. She's known me for years. Whatever I put my mind to, I'm going to make happen. And so a lot of people don't have that mindset, which is okay. But for me, it's like, I can't go back and admit like, all right, I failed at being an entrepreneur. Let me go back to work. So it was just more, like I said, being strong-minded and just staying focused on what I was doing. So definitely for all the entrepreneurs out there or want to become an entrepreneur, you have to map your game plan out and stick to it because things ain't always going to go as planned. I mean, I've had some downs, I've had some ups, but staying focused is truly, truly like a key to everything because you can get through something if you're staying focused on it. Sorry.
I think you have dropped some amazing jewels to emerge. I'm your host, Deshayna Kemp Garnett, along with co-host Tiffany Boyle. We're here with our special guest, Thurston Howard, who is the founder and CEO of Howard Property Development. Now, Thurston, you've kind of just been telling us about how you make that big leap and you left your 9-to-5 and you started your real estate venture. And what we know about a lot of entrepreneurs is once you kind of get that first business down pat, we know we become serial entrepreneurs. So how about you tell our listeners what else you've been involved in?
Wow. It's been quite a lot. I'm not going to throw out everything that I've been doing, but real estate has definitely allowed me to invest in some other areas like an event planning space that I've done with somebody. Turo, which is like a car rental business. And I'm actually going to put my BMW up there just to make a little extra cash. But I would say Turo and Airbnb. I touch on those three things because those are like instant cash flows. Those are instant ways to get my investment back. I have not invested a ton of time in doing those things. I've more so just invested money. But this year, like I said, I'm kind of taking on more of a, I don't want to say a busy role, but just kind of immersing myself in some different things and learning a little bit more, because real estate is kind of automated at the moment. I've kind of got some things in place for it to run smoothly without me being there 24/7. So yes. So Turo, Airbnb, and an event space.
Now, we know sometimes as entrepreneurs, you said we have a lot of time, but sometimes it seems like we don't really have a lot of time with everything that we're trying to accomplish. So how would you say you've been able to, balance being a husband and a father and still being an entrepreneur?
It's tough. I'll tell you that. I had some long nights where I was staring at the walls at night, just trying to figure out how to keep my balance strong. But first and foremost, I'm a father first before anything. I actually, and I tell this story to people, I became an entrepreneur so I can be a better father. And I say that to say, for me, all of my kids are in events. My son plays soccer. My oldest daughter plays tennis. My middle daughter is a dancer. And they all have events and games and stuff. So I missed out on a lot at first working at the shipyard, just being honest. My schedule was 6 to 2:30, was 6 to 3:30. So I'm tired at the end of the day. I get off work, I got to pick kids up and feed them. And I just physically was tired. And so I made as much as I could, but being an entrepreneur definitely allowed me to have more time to being a better father, in my own opinion. I tried to work diligently, use my time wisely so I can be at those events. And like I posted yesterday on my Instagram, my son had a daddy donut day at school. And it was only for an hour. But me going to that, it just brought so much joy for him seeing me there at 9 o'clock in the morning. So if I had a 9 to 5, I definitely wouldn't have been able to make that. But those things are just important to me, honestly.
Now, why they do dad and donuts? So y'all can, then you got to go work out, but they just want y'all to have those dad bodies.
And I definitely have the dad body.
Don't call it father figure for nothing, right? Look.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Great. Well, tell us and tell the audience and the listeners how they can follow you, reach out to you if they have questions, anything like that.
So my Facebook is Thirst Howard. I have a business Facebook page, which is Howard Property Development. My personal Instagram is _Thirst_. And my business Instagram is Howard Property Development. So you can follow me on all those platforms. And one quick thing I want to throw out for anybody that's interested in learning real estate, I'm now doing classes every month. I'm doing it once a month. It's for 2 hours, and it's teaching you how to get in real estate with no cash or credit. So I actually have my first April class tomorrow from 3 to 5. I'm going to try to post more about this more often, but I've done 3 classes so far. This will be the 4th one. And I'm just trying to really, it's not for me, it's for everybody that wants to learn.
That's awesome.
Really want to learn real estate. I teach a class in Hampton at the PTC Center, at the Regis Building, and I'm literally giving the information. Everything that I've done and still do to this day, I'm giving it to the audience for you guys to learn, understand real estate, and how to make some money in real estate.
No, I love it. I definitely will be at one of those classes, and we can get that information off of your social media, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right, great. So Thurston, hate to end this interview because it has been so good and I have so many more questions, but we are going to end with our signature question, and that is, what does the word emerge mean to you?
Emerge means, to me, it's an empowerment. It's a controlled destiny. And I was thinking about this all day. It's a controlled destiny for you to emerge in what you are trying to basically take your path you're trying to choose. So emerge in your path is what I'll say. And I'll leave it at that.
Love it.
Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You know, you're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me, whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Can I have your attention for a moment? Listen. Did you hear that? That was the sound of cancer cells being eradicated with proton beam therapy. If caught in time, a cancer diagnosis does not have to be a death sentence. It doesn't have to be painful, and it doesn't have to subject you to the many side effects of traditional radiation. The Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute invites you to live your life and let us fight your cancer with the most precise cancer treatment available. And now that precision is even sharper thanks to the addition of pencil beam scanning. PBS has treated over 1,800 patients and is only available in select proton facilities in the U.S. The actual treatment lasts 2 minutes or less. Remember this sound. A healthy, normal life can be yours again, cancer-free. Find out how. Call the Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute at 877-251-6838 now.
Someone once said, "Getting there is half the fun." From downtown to Old Town, Hampton Roads Transit and Go Past 365 connects you to entertainment, restaurants, friends. Go Past 365. Find out more at gopast365.com.
WHOV would like to thank HRT for its support of WHOV programming.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I'm Deshana Kemp Garnett, and it's time for my 2 cents. As stated by Linda Davis Taylor, who's the CEO and chairman of Clifford Swan Investment Counselors, give a woman $1 and she can put it to good use. Teach her about how money really works and she can change the world. Ladies, times have changed. As women, we're not only taking our seat at the table, we are leading those sitting around the table. The progression from women in the home to women in business world, it has required us to change the way we view, the way we feel towards, and ultimately what we do with our money. Money is only a tool. I mean, it can take us wherever we wish, but it will not replace us as a driver. So that means we have to be very diligent in becoming more knowledgeable about money and how we master our finances. Some things I'm committed to doing are reading some books, listening to financial podcasts, following financial advisors on social media, and then getting myself a financial advisor. Do whatever you need to do to master your money. I'm Deshana Kemp Garnett, and that's my 2 cents. And now for some announcements. Ladies around the globe will be volunteering and have a table at the Easter Egg Hunt Trail event on April 16th at the AT&T Tech Center in Newport News. Event hosted by Realtor Jasmine Christian, also known as Agent Jazz, and it is from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Ladies Around the Globe presents Ladies Around the Gym, Fab and Fit Night on April 20th from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at Butch Fitness in Hampton. It is a wellness experience like no other. Visit ladiesaroundtheglobe.com for more information. May 7th, there is still time to purchase your ticket to the Bel Air Brunch hosted by Future Outlook Group, a great event at the Botanical Gardens in Norfolk, Virginia. Emerge Premier, a 3-day event all about entrepreneurs from fashion to tech to an award show, all located in Hampton Roads, October 16th through the 18th. Check out emergepremier.com for more information. Awesome. So it has been amazing hearing from our wonderful guests today. Special thanks to our guest, Lance Henderson from Future Outlook Group and Thurston Howard from Howard Property Development. Our next show will air next Wednesday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Thanks for tuning in to Emerge with Tiffany and Deshana.